they bring teams there with them, even if they've got structure, even if they have plans. OG are constantly disrupting, and they're going to have to do much of that on this T side. I want to see good opening starts from this squad, lest they go down with a whimper. Mirage, they're picking the series, and on the attack, we have two sets of utility for Flames and niko, respectively. It's all about where they deploy it. Some presence over towards that A bomb site, top side connector smoke, and Fiku just left on alert. The rest of the squad grouped up at B.
Fiku's getting very exploratory. He's not going to be spotted now, but does actually see the player back towards CT. He's taking the peek, but he's getting no info beyond the CT presence, and that might be OG leaning into believing it's an B-sided stack with a spotting player back on CT, and that'll be the wrong call. OG misread this. They're going back to the meat grinder.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Fiku spotted. I think there was a shadow there from Draken over towards triple. I don't think he's any the wiser that there's an extra player trying to play with inside of the site. So yeah, they're funneling right into Joel's dualies, and he's got armor to boot.
He's very happy about this one as they start to swing out over. OG's not even really expecting a play to be under palace. They're not looking out for it. Flashbang's good, but Fiku and Neofrag have got the entries they need to keep it down and out. Plopsky and Rusty all that's left, and they do find the bomb planter, but Plopsky's fumbled the bag with the USB shots that he was permitted, but can't land any of them.
Yeah, there's a different time.
Okay, we're gonna have the conversation afterwards, because right now words are being minced up right with the players. Dexter and company need to start dropping down soon. Util is there, will not matter. ZTR down to the stray bullet, and Rusty still fighting back from the bomb site. Good for one, can't get two. Back to the 2-on-2, but Plopsky's there in time, and Joel.
Good way to break the ice. Well, an opening kill onto Plopsky, and Joel finds nothing to trade right back. Cannot feel too happy about that early exchange.
Look at how much pressure Joel is just putting onto them. He's got no real backup either. Draken's not in a position where he can like help out with a flashbang or anything like that unless he gets significantly more aggressive, which he does now, but now Joel is right back up on top of the scaffolding.
DTR spot is quite tricky as well, but they've lent over fully towards that A-bomb site. Godsent not retaining many Molotovs. A B-side hit, if OG went for it, would be the right call, but they're running right into the stack.
Might have the firepower to deal with it regardless, but Joel positioning forward. Fiku jump up, finds a kill. That's ridiculous. Draken straight it on, and only good for the one. Godsent. I mean, they've got to be thanking the gods for that one. Oh, the OG. God damn it. These two teams.
Yeah, I mean, thanking them. They're going to be pissed. That's a ridiculous way to win a duel.
I'm reeling. I'm reeling from that one. Well. Looked like they put themselves in a great position for it as well, but no, not quite.
Yeah, it's not...
I know this is a dumb ask, but I do kind of wish that at least the bombs looked different. Just so you know, oh well, this one looks like it's going to make more damage on me.
Okay. Going to pack a punch.
Yeah. Maybe like a danger sign for some of the bigger ones like Inferno.
Yeah. Packing a hell of a punch was Rusty on Inferno, funnily enough, and he's instigated in this round. niko has been able to get through mid so many times over, but Dexter a counter kill, equalizing the affair almost instantly. A little delay, sure, but there is no way in which Godsent can hunt down an extra frag, and nor are they that interested in it. Smoke spam is solid, and Dexter took a lot of damage as well, almost as collateral, so... An advantage found here for Godsent, in which they can split a little bit more comfortably into a 2-and-2 split. They know that mid has been compromised, and retaking that would require too many resources, ones that they do not have. They've got a smoke, a couple of flashes, and a Molotov. There's a full execute that could be lined up on OG. The problem will be that they don't have smokes. God, be careful if you're CTR. Dexter is a predator waiting around the corner.
So far, he's been able to find his prey every single time. ZTR, though, Dexter is gone, and now, with the smoke down, it's Flames all alone, 25 seconds, he knows he probably just wants to go for it and see what damage he can find, but that grenade doesn't do anything at all. Now, if he'd found the kill on Draken, then you can imagine him at least trying to go for the 1v1 on the bomb site to see if he can get the bomb prod down. Saving is a priority for him, though. Too little lost one is to really chuck this one away for free.
Yeah, it should be a 1400 kind of round, so... He dies after time to address this mid-control that's been a consistent nuisance. Dexter cannot punish the top side of the smoke, but Flames, unsuspecting that he pushes forward. That's bomb spotted and dropped. niko needed that kill to alleviate some pressure, but Rusty's still fighting tooth and nail. Fiku answers back. A double kill on this bomb site where the bomb can actually be reacquired. They just need to try and wait for time.
Oh my
That
God!
flick from Draken is nice and quick, barely spotting Fiku around the top side of that smoke, but they're still so detached here on OG, and there's so much time left on this clock that they can re-divert, but they're cut off from actually going through T-spawn safely.
Joel knows what's going on overhead. Dexter's made plenty of noise. Joel knows the angle as well, but he's missed a shot. Dexter, what is he? Huh? He hits one just as absurd as what Draken got, maybe more.
Oh no. Oh dear. It was all looking good here for Godsent, but now they have to split up. They've got to at least respect that they could re-divert over towards B. ZTR not fully committing to it. Smoke down, a flash as well. They start to show their presence, but Dexter's still going towards A. This is dangerous. This is a massive risk, but Godsent are fully convinced that it has to be B.
And bomb's down now. ZTR can't cross over. The bomb can be planted, but Draken's the only one nearby to try and deny it. It's not going to be given up to him. If he went for the wallbang, maybe an opportunity, but Dexter instead fades. Dexter! Insanity will pursue! Everywhere he goes, it just seems to be shot after shot that he cannot miss, and now seeking and finding solace back in A main. He only has to wait for the bomb tap and defuse to come through. Now ZTR crawling back will be leaning back into it. Another tap on the bomb. Still no commitment. Dexter cool as a cucumber.
And Dexter dominance. Fiku taken down to low HP. Tags were good. Nade will finish off the job. Rusty on this side alone, but reinforcements is coming quick. Molotov could siphon ZTR off, and yeah, he can't commit out from market. Joel is still on short, and Flames is finished off, but Dexter pinning him in position. Neofrag can just hunt down that frag and get...
Oh, beautiful shot from Draken coming out, getting aggressive, straight down middle. niko's gone. Looking much better than he did on Inferno, save for the last minutes. If not for Dexter having just the crazy game that he has had so far, we would certainly be talking a bit more about Draken's impact in a few of these rounds.
Yeah, super consistent Dexter so far in both maps. Feels like this guy just has the attitude, has the ego, and I mean that in a good way, you know, to challenge a lot of these fights and you know, just trust that he'll hit the shot, and he has been, so... An AWPer that many touted, many questioned where he would end up. OG was not on most people's minds, but found a good home and has been a consistent piece for them ever since his signing. Now, creeping con play, they do smoke off to allow access towards this A site, but again, there's 3 players here for Godsent. Draken's already thinned the herd much further. Plopsky blinded by the flash, and Joel cleared for... Wow, for that flash did a whole lot of work, and Draken also ends up empty-handed. He already collected on 2 kills, couldn't ask for much more, but every other player has fallen around him. Not much you can do here if you're Rusty, but if they do not consider the flank, maybe there's a chance.
Shout out to Neofrag. He's been hitting the Nard out here videos. What a flashbang coming out here. Actually, it might be the other way around. I'm telling you, give it 30 minutes. Nard's going to be out with a video. But I found this flash from Neofrag on Mirage thrown by OG. He used it to blind 3 players on the bomb side.
Yeah. One of those... Or one of those Reddit tutorials that tells you that this is the one flash you need to blind all positions. Even though it almost certainly doesn't blind all positions. It's impossible, actually. It really could have gone completely upside down. niko fully spammed up. ZTR, I think he made the short jump. Got there nice and quick to contest that slight gap in the cross smoke.
Yeah,
Didn't let niko evade him this time.
Oh, Dexter inside the smoke. He's so flagrant. It's going to be crucial. Fiku finds Flopsky. Joel now has to turn his attention away, but it's such a long spray. He looked like he might have been given time to actually reset into the gun as well, but Fiku down and Joel save. Draken covers off connector. Second peek to come through, but it's a bit...
A slip of the tongue, but almost a slip and fall to your death there from Draken. Spammed up by that deagle to 6 HP, but there is no kill found.
Oh, yeah, Joel was just not aware. Neofrax, which is out back towards the AK as well. The grenade's going to do barely anything. I think just what breathes on him pretty much. And the bomb can make its way back over to the A bomb site. There's still plenty of space to maneuver around, and I don't know if Fiku's aggressive position is going to be anticipated, for Draken himself can't really try and fight back too hot him either. His utility is going to be the biggest key to what the rifles can actually get sorted. In the meanwhile, Fiku still keeps ZTR at bay, now brought down low with another stray deagle shot. Here, Frank's AK. Yet to move through, yet to commit, will be going on the perfect timing. Rusty's gone, 3 on 2, 29 HP amongst a lot of them, and Fiku's covering off the bomb plant. ZTR shoulder spotted, Fiku's traded, but it will not matter. Draken. Round has been forfeit, and OG, despite the half buy, have capitalized beautifully on just a few small mistakes coming out from Godsent.
Yeah, fantastic kills, and Draken really no hope, no chance in winning this round. Could get his hands on rounds. Seen some of the entries that he's attempted, some of the space he's tried to create. Hasn't always worked out, as you can clearly see. But sometimes you just need the extra body. I don't think they know niko's here, but they start to consider the timing, and I think ZTR just caught a whiff of him on the flank. They know that they're getting flanked out from market, but that's a key kill. niko trying to jump through the market window, but it doesn't help these B players hold their sight. Last round of the half, this has to be contested for 3 on 3, and they've got a flank already en route.
The problem is that because ZTR and company are waiting for the flanker to actually get in position, they're not going to be moving out initially and trying to find the kill. So these are perfect post-spawn positions. Dexter is covering off the market doors. You've got one man watching out for apartments as well. ZTR is a dead man, and Joel unlikely to be adding anything to the conversation either. Godsent's going to be locked out on 3 unless Joel's got something to say about it really damn quick, but his tongue don't move that fast. It is a nice...
Hoping that Godsent can collect their thoughts, their efforts, their morale. Maybe this T-side pistol is exactly what can get that one going. Already some damage being done, and Fiku even finishing off the job. Joel tried to create some room, but ultimately dealt with. Fiku gets one just before he dies, literally milliseconds before, and Dexter as well, creating more room, more chaos on this site. This bomb can go down, at the very least, a little bit of sanctuary, a little bit of sanctity in getting that one, as well as the extra money that it attains, but can they actually find this round? Flames on a flank.
Flames will even be able to push all the way through. Rusty's not going to realize it. So Plopsky, there was a window where Flames could have just chopped down his head. niko instead will be the one to close the distance. Neofrag the one to close his life out. Rusty fights it back to a one-on-one. Neofrag swinging around the corner. He is the one with the kit. He knows he's got to be patient. Rusty's going to go for the peak. Surely sooner rather than later. And Neofrag can round the corner out.
Deficits this game, but it has not prevented them from getting more rounds. Dexter aggro peek off of short. ZTR was not prepared for that fight. Flames as well fighting for his life in middle, and they cannot track him down. Trade was unsuccessful. Plopsky did a lot of damage for his fight, but now punishing Dexter for re-instigating through the mid control. But still a man advantage here for OG, considering the success they had in his earlier fights.
They just could not find the frag out of Flames there. Looked like they should have been able to dismantle it, but no, not at all. niko's also in a great position right now.
I mean, one of the problems hunting down A1Ss is just fixating on their position. niko doesn't actually end up finding that kill, so A bomb site could be perused into. It's just, again, it's this bomb and this lurking presence found the impact over at B the last time, ended up in a post plant, but it's just all about actually flushing out that final player, and Joel right now doesn't know where that A defender is.
I love how Neofrag is playing this. This is perfect. He could be in ramp. That's most likely where he could be. Could be back in CT as well. Just keeping an eye out for a player to push through jungle. Joel knows all of these options, but Neofrag is playing it cool. He's chilling back in Palace, and the re-smoke on top connective will be giving it up. Should there be a gap in the smoke? No, surely not. Neofrag, though. Late commitment will be coming out, and as he swings, it's not quite fast enough. Joel will cover it. So again, a 2v1, but this time in favor of Godsent. Grenade will find nothing. Joel, very annoying smoke to work off of as well.
Trying to fake out like he's bottom side con, and instead Joel will be looking that direction. Fiku can maybe find him, but an absence of time. Plovsky trying to go around the world and get some distance from this site, but Fiku not even playing for the defuse. They've got many other swings at it, and this 1-on-2, he didn't fancy his chances. Godsent finally break through to a certainty.
Great kill to find initially. Fuku's been a danger man, and when he does still have that rifle, you know he might be able to get a few, just put the round on his head.
Rutro. These extended lurks from Godsent have been able to get away with quite a lot, but this time Joel is punished, and that's a rifle given over to Niko. Flames also re-attained the rifle that Fiku tried to utilize earlier on, so this is suddenly a much more reinforced buy. Dexter on a scout as well is not much of a downgrade.
Great kill for Flames to find, though.
Timing's perfect.
Yeah. And with the player still alive on the bomb site, Neofrag, if he gets a shot, no misses it, Rusty. Crucial duel to be winning out. Flames has gotten another in the meanwhile and dropped the bomb as well. Delays it. Nade is not quite as good as you might think it would be. Rusty still looking pretty healthy. Rusty now also to try and contend with Dexter, but Dexter's gone and found another one in the meanwhile. Feels like everything is just falling apart. Every advantage you get will not matter. Someone's just going to come out and make a play, even tagging up Rusty as he breathes his dying last. Dexter's demise does not come without expense, and that expense is too much for them to cash out on Rusty still. Molotov is there, 5 HP is all he's got to work with as well, moves back and over. Niko knows he just has to take the peek when the bone. Rough street, re-peeks that over. Neofrag was hoping to capitalize on any native players, but doesn't even allow a shot, so Rusty will at least give them an advantage, one that is only really figurative in nature.
Yeah, not uncommon for players to go for a peek or a pick off of a ramp and then fall back afterwards, so that's why he was trying to take that space. Rusty tanking a nade, so more players weaken the knees, but this is unconfirmed damage for OG.
Problem is, Dexter's in a great position. Good for one. Can he make it two? Yes, of course he can. Flash is not there to cover him off. Joel, a trade that is quickly turned on its head as well, and ZTR is a dead man walking. So little to actually offer up to the round now. It would have to be a hero's effort, but maybe it's his time to put on a cape and get to business. Fiku coming in on the rotation will have spotted out his hips, and right